Hey, ElvisCupGuy here. Hey, you guys are going to want to stay tuned and watch this entire video all the way through. I've got something from my personal collection that is really rare. I think you're really going to get a kick out of it. So, you know, I collect all kinds of Elvis memorabilia, but one of the things I specialize in, I'm really drawn to, are rare, one-of-a-kind, or just obscure Elvis memorabilia, okay? And what I'm going to show you fits all that criteria, okay? It's really rare. It's from 1971, and I'm going to show it to you. And at the very end of the video, I've got a little bonus clip to show you that's directly related to it. So anyway, hang tight, and it's going to start. All right, what you guys are looking at now is a rare reel-to-reel tape. It's the presentation tape, promo only, sent out to disc jockeys for the Elvis Presley story from the fall of 1971. Okay, and I've got some related ephemera beside of it here, you know, all around the tape box. But briefly, a little bit about the backstory to the Elvis Presley story radio program from the fall of 1971. This was the work of author Jerry Hopkins and Watermark Incorporated. And even though there were a bunch of Elvis songs in this thing, there were dozens of interview segments that were the heart of the program. And basically, a lot of this was from material that Hopkins had gotten together for a biography that he was writing on Elvis Presley that would be later published in 1972. Okay, for the first time ever, and remember, this is 1971, figures in Elvis's career came to life with people like Bob Neal, Sam Phillips, Scotty Moore, Marion Keisker, George Klein, DJ Fontana, Gordon Stoker, and Ray Walker of the Jordanaires, Alan Fortas, Otis Blackwell, Bones Howe, Marty Lacker, and many others, okay? And the thing was narrated by Wink Martindale, a Memphis DJ and TV host with ties to Elvis going all the way back to the 50s. Watermark promoted the Elvis Presley story in a full-page variety ad in August of 71. They said it was a 12-hour radio documentary on the most spectacular figure in the history of the United States and of rock and roll. Until they also said in the ad, until 1971, the Elvis Presley story has gone untold, cloaked in legend and mystery, but now it comes to life in 12-hour-long reel-to-reel tape chapters. Like I said, the thing you're looking at now is the actual promo reel that you could get as a kind of an advertisement for DJs to see if they wanted to carry this thing and buy it and carry it. You'll hear dozens of rare reel-to-reel tapes. You'll hear the music that made him famous. According to the variety ad, it was offered in July to stations that had carried Watermark's weekly American Top 40 program. And a 13th chapter was added in 1975 to update the program for the past few years that had not been covered since it came out in 71, and to celebrate and acknowledge Elvis's 40th birthday, okay? And this increased the amount of interviews and songs to 180 songs. And they all had to get back together, Wink Martindale, Hopkins, and Jacobs to kind of update it, okay? Now, that stayed like it was up until 1977 when Elvis Presley died, and they did a final chapter to the 13 tape set. Now, let me just say this real quick. My presentation tape here, when it first came out in 1971, was only on reel-to-reel. When it came out in 75 and 1977, you could either get it on 13 albums, LPs, or 13 cassette tapes, okay? But they updated this program back in 1977 and included interviews with DJ Fontana, J.D. Sumner, Carl Perkins, Alan Fortas, George Klein, and Sammy Davis Jr., okay? But you see here, this ran where I'm from in Charlotte, North Carolina, and on WBT, and there's the actual postcard from the DJ who hosted a Saturday Night Oldies program, and there's the ads. You can see the tape there. He wrote an article, Mike Ivers from WBT, but there's the rare reel-to-reel presentation tape itself, and the related, ephemera that I've got with it. For where it played here where I'm from in Charlotte, North Carolina on WBT. And there's one of the ads that ran. I think this is the Variety ad where it talks about it. And there on the top right-hand, well, the right-hand corner there in the middle, it tells you can send off for a presentation tape. In fact, I think I've got that over here. It zooms in a little closer where you can see mail off for a presentation tape. You know, the DJ would get to listen to it and decide if they wanted to carry it. But anyway, this is rare. The 1971 version is the only one that came out on reel-to-reel. The other ones came out on albums and cassette tapes. And like I said, this is just the presentation reel that was like an advertisement for it that, you know, kind of promoted it, and you could decide if the radio station you work for wanted to carry it. So there it is, the Elvis Presley story, reel-to-reel box and tape inside, the demo, the promo, not for sale, demo tape for the Elvis Presley story. And wow, this thing is really rare. I've never seen this thing offered before. And there it is, where you can send off the letter to Watermark there in California to get a copy of this presentation tape that you actually see here in the video. So this has got to be a rare piece, okay? But there's everything. Let me back the camera out, and there's the ads for it from my local paper here in Charlotte from back in 1971. The postcard from the disc jockey that actually ran this thing on Saturdays back in 1971. All right, how did you guys like that? Pretty rare, huh? Now, as promised, something related to that Elvis Presley story, reel-to-reel tape, an actual small segment from the original broadcast, okay? So anyway, it only lasts about 15 seconds, but I'm gonna play it for you, and it's coming up now.
You're listening to the Elvis Presley story. It's 1957 in the Elvis Presley story.